when everybody's running away from the incident, we're running into it. You know, I mean, silly, but yeah, there's certain situations where I thought maybe, hey, this might be it. We're done. You know, you go to big fire. I mean, the winds change, the fuels. I mean, it's hot. It gets hot when you're out there working. You know, and it's not just me looking after me. It's us looking after each other. The other engines, it's a big family. Once we get to the scene, certain people will have their gear on. Like yesterday, we had you pack up inside of the engine.
So you could put this on, just kind of tuck it in, and then you could take the face part off and kind of wrap it around your collar like a turtleneck, I don't know if that makes sense. Just like there you go. Alright, and then you could take that face piece and just kind of peel it all the way up. You want to kind of tuck it over because you want to be able to find it later.
See, what happens is we put our mask on, and then that goes over the top of the mask to protect our ears and any other exposed skin. Oh.
So yesterday we simulated somebody being the first at scene with the hydrant that's close. So as a firefighter, we would have pulled up, we would have dropped you off at the hydrant, you would have got the hydrant bag, you would have got the hose line out, and then made access to the hydrant, send me forward, pulled the line out. I would have stopped at the predetermined location determined by our captain or company officer near the structure fire, made my connections. When you had your connections done, we would have called for water, made an established water supply. During that time also, the company officer, he's going to be doing a walk around and doing an assessment or a scene size up of the fire, whatever incident we're at. So basically he can go back to the command center and let them know what to expect when they're coming in. Basically, like I said before, is just painting a picture. If you know what you're going to be getting into, you have time to mentally prepare for what your job is going to be, what tools you might need, or what exactly you're going to be doing. Otherwise, if you just go in there blind and all of a sudden, we got to go. We have 300 feet. So they're called crosslays. The front one we pulled was a front crosslay. It's got a 15/16 smoothbore nozzle on it. There's 300 feet. We only needed 100 feet of it. So at 100 feet, we broke it off, and we have a connector on the other side that I hooked it up to, which we can hook up 2 different lines to that. Broke that off and utilized just that. Or we have a full 300 feet on both of those we can utilize. We don't want to cut ourselves short on hose. If the house is 120 feet back, we want at least 150 feet of hose. We don't want to be 100 feet, 50 feet short, so we'd rather have a little bit extra. Then we just flake it out in front of the house or wherever, just kind of keep it out of the way, but it's always accessible to pull into the residence. We had 100-foot laid out, which is just a simulation for laying hose line. The fire we had 2 weeks ago, I believe, there was probably 600 feet of hose laid out, just depending on where the hydrant is at. So the truck operations, we're going to typically take that to a commercial fire, or a multi-story building, hotel, apartment complex, even a commercial building. And that's going to make access to roofs easier. We only have not small ladders, but ladders that aren't going to go up 4 or 5 stories on a ground ladder. So that'll allow us to make access to roofs for rescue. It'll allow us to get water up higher onto a fire and such.
Whatever I'm on isn't structurally sound.
Oh, this is sound.
That's when I get.
How much do you weigh?
I'm about 240.
Ooh, 220 limit. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
But really, when you're taking the truck into a place, and we know a lot of places, even if they'll dispatch the truck, we know that we can't make it into places with the truck. It's a very big apparatus. So we'll determine sometimes even if we get dispatched with the truck, we won't take the truck because of tree lines. Access is hard with power lines. And when we're setting up the truck, we need proper placement for stability of the ground. You know, we don't want to be over any potholes or man covers or anything that's going to potentially compromise our safety, because there's a lot of pressure going on down there. Yeah, some people call for nothing. Hey, you know, I got a little scratch on my arm. Can you put a Band-Aid on it? And really, in your mind, you're thinking exactly like that. You're like, seriously? Well, to that person, it's an emergency. It means something to them. So when we walk in there, we need to treat it very similar to if it was a life-threatening emergency, because that might be life-threatening to them. I'm bleeding. Well, you're okay. Oh, they put a Band-Aid on me. I'm all better. Did we do anything? Kind of not for in our own minds, but for them, yeah, we did a whole bunch. So the community we live in is very supportive. You know, we get many thank you letters. We get people bring things by, you know, snacks, fruit trays, things of that nature, and just overall support. I know that the community likes us, so we definitely appreciate that.